Scale your business with leverage. When I thought, let's scale these clients, let's scale my agency, right? And upsell to clients, I would do externally. So I would add on different services. Like for example, hey, this new deal, blah, 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 whatever, right? I could offer you this, I could offer you that, right? Or third-party services, because it was just an easy upsell, right? For example, I met this agency guy who's doing like almost 80K, and he has an AI that requires no work that is a really, really good, strong upsell, right? Realized that the upsell was right in front of me. Have to rely on anybody else, get more clients. Here's my thought process. I'm gonna put you an example, the MedSpa agency. So my offer is 20 paid appointments, which is $2,000 a month. The scaling is just adding more appointments and charging more per month. Crazy, right? Super basic shit. Yet no one does that. You guys ever thought, why do people charge so little when they can offer the same thing for way more, right? Because it's the entry barrier, right? We're breaking into a market. We don't have the proof of concept. We don't even know if the fucking service works or not until we do it, right? But after month 1, bro, we can move on to here. Month 3, we can move up to 100 prepaid appointments. Just for some context, each MedSpa is able to handle 5 to 6 patients per day, which adds up to over 100 per month on business days, okay? If you have one client, which you scale by month 3 to this amount, right? Which is 10K per month, that replaces 5 of these. So that means, because the cost per book call on ads is, for example, $80, right? Per call. And you're gonna have no shows, etc. So your cost per acquisition is gonna be a few hundred times 5. Boom, a good 1,000 amount, right? No setup fees, no any setup, onboarding calls, etc. Starting ads, waiting for them to get approved. All we do is increase the budget, bro. And then the biggest level is scaling to more locations. Basically, MedSpas can have multiple locations if they're big. Usually they're not. That's why they need this initial service, right? But you can scale with them. Everybody needs more clients, right? All they have to do is literally get another location, hire some people, and that's it. I mean, it's simpler than it is, but that's basically the concept. So we take the same offer times however many locations they have. Because in the first month of them starting that location, we can get them the exact same amount. Because it's the same service, it's proven to work, just a different location. So same client, no cost per acquisition, just literally doing the same ads, but changing the targeting of the location.
So if you had one client who was getting 100 prepaid appointments per location with 10 locations, you make 100 grand a month from them.
From one client, exactly. It's better because then you can hyper focus on one client, right? Because the margin between 2K and 10K, you're gonna have more money because your margin is always gonna be higher than 50%, right? Take that into account. So more than 50% on 2K is just over 1K, whereas here it's over 5K. But basically what I'm trying to say is that the money that you have to play with is always gonna be more. Yeah.
MedSpa's open Saturday, Sunday.
Some.
So if you can get them, you said that they can handle 5 to 6 appointments per day on average.
If they're one single person in one location, yes. If they have employees, that's double.
So what is the typical situation? What are your clients or your prospects? How many can they actually handle?
Typically, they get like not even 10 a month.
Right? How many can they handle? Because if you can get them 100 appointments...
5 to 6, bro.
I mean, like, each MedSpa on average has how many employees? So how many can they handle a day?
Well, that's what I'm saying. Most of them are just a single owner or
right.
one. Well, the owner is usually not the person doing it. Sometimes they have like a doctor, not a doctor, but like the fucking guy who actually does the service, right? I'm pretty sure they call it a doctor. I'm pretty sure that's the correct terminology, but yeah, it's usually just one person handling. One person can handle 5 to 6 appointments per day. On average, that's the average, right?
That's what typical MedSpa is, just one person doing the service each day.
Yeah.
So how many appointments are they currently getting by themselves?
So typically, without working with us, the reason why they come to us is because they're getting less than 10, max 15, without us. Yeah.
Okay.
So basically, they're barely able to do this. So that's why the offer, the entry level is requirement, the budget is low. That's exactly why they start here. Then they move up, and then multiple locations would be the ideal end game scenario, but it wouldn't always happen. But that's something that we qualify them for as well. But basically, what I'm trying to say is that you have more money to play with. So let's say that you're by week 2 or week 3, you see that you're not getting as many appointments as you thought you would once you start scaling, right? Now that you have more money, you can, for example, hire another caller. You can drop your part of the budget into the ads to meet the guarantee, right? So it's safer when you have more money, right? If someone pays you more money for the same service as someone who pays you less, it's common sense that you have more money, therefore it's easier to fulfill the service because you have more options, right? You can test more money on ads. The ads overall become cheaper, right? When you're at 2K and you're guaranteeing them 20 prepaid appointments with $1,000.
You're saying like you always better with one client, right? Let's say dream scenario, you've got one client.
No. Not necessarily one client. Obviously, you want to diversify when you start off with, right? What I always say is when you're very, very first starting off, get 5 clients and you're going to fuck up with a few, right? But that's going to give you the experience.
Right.
But in my scenario, I have 2 people who are running the back end of a 40K per month agency that does the exact same thing as mine. So there's no room for failure here. So I know that I can deliver, basically, is what I'm trying to say, right? But this is mainly for scale.
So say you've got a client, right? 100 appointments per month per location, 10 locations, 1,000 appointments a month to this client. How many people are you going to need basically running the service for them? How many ads guys? How many operations?
One. This guy basically runs he's not an average media buyer. That's the thing. He has like a ton of people under him that he teaches the ads to.
Right. Okay.
He has an average of $5 per lead for med spas, which is pretty low. And this guy runs the whole operation of the 40K per month agency, and he's basically doing weekly calls with all the clients. He's onboarding them, doing the whole A2P, setting up the high level, setting up the ads, making sure we meet the guarantee in time. So we're basically running a timer to meet certain X of appointments per week, depending.
Okay, so yeah, it kind of defeats what I was going to say. I was going to talk about, I remember reading a book by David Ogilvy where he talks about he would never take on too big of a client, because if he, like back then when you needed like 30 people in the team for a client a month, as soon as that client leaves, now you've got to fire 30 people, but I guess if you've just got 2 guys, kind of don't worry about it.
Well, the ads are the high level setup and the onboarding is done in an hour, because we have a snapshot for the high level where you just change 6 parts of it, 6 key little words of the offer, the name, etc., and that's it. For the ads, we've already have all the ad templates, etc., that are proven to work for every setup. And the thing about scaling it is that it's such high leverage because it's the same person, it's the same offer, it's just a different location. That's it. My main goal is to try and limit any type of external scaling where you're going to get a third party or some sort of white label service to do it for you, because that's going to cut your margins and you have less control. When you can literally just say, cool, we're going to increase the amount of whatever you're guaranteeing per month. So for you guys, it can be bottom line. After the first month, you guys have way more control and knowledge on what you guys can guarantee for your clients, right, Lewis? So you guys could literally by month 2, if you're doing really well. Obviously, if you're not fucking doing shit, then we can't upsell, right? But if you're doing really good, you could just say, cool, next month, do you want to scale? But you have to get them to do it before the end of the month, or else they're going to overthink shit. Like while things are going.
So if you want to join SMMA Agency Creator, right now we're doing a huge bonus and the price will be increasing very, very soon. So you can actually try it risk-free for 48 hours, which means there's absolutely no risk for you. You get a free high-level account with all the templates that I mentioned. So all those AI appointment setters, AI cold callers, everything that I've ever shown on my YouTube channel will now be given out on a huge plug and play template for free where you can access it through this program. You also get 10 coaching calls per week. Yes, you heard that right, which is 3,600 coaching calls every year. This is with coaches such as myself and other 50 to 100K agency owners. That is absolutely insane, right? So you can get all of that as well as a free one-on-one call with me right now. So if you want to join that, click the first link in the description, Agency Creator at School.